Thank you so much for coming on my channel RU Speaks. This is Raja Omar, and today we will explain that how the IGCSE or O-Levels Global Perspectives individual report can be made really worth publishing and worth submitting to Cambridge for assessments. I have few samples available with me, the ones which are really good ones. I mean the individual reports which have already got A grade in Cambridge results. And first of all, I'm going to share with you people the sample number 1, and you can see that here we have this report, and we are going to open this report in the Microsoft Edge so that we can be able to explain the components of that report to all of you, so that whenever you make this report, that report should be really very much comprehensive and very much good one for the Cambridge examiner. And you can see that here you can see that the we make a text box over here right at the top of the report, you can see, and this text box contains this much content. I mean, we write down the exam series, I mean in which year you're going to appear for your Cambridge exams, as I have made this one as my sample, so I mentioned it over here, June 2025. And if you people are going to appear next year, then you are supposed to mention it over here, June 2026, and then center number from the school where you're going to appear for your exam, for whatever it can be, the school you are appearing, that ABC, XYZ, whatever, and center name. And this is the center name, and British Council Pakistan allots a center number, for example PK 100, let's say. So that is the center number which you are supposed to mention over here in your report. And furthermore, you are supposed to write your name over there as candidate name over here. For example, I write over here my name as Raja Omar, and then candidate number. When I apply for a register for some subjects, Cambridge University allots me a candidate number which is mentioned over there on the statement of entry. For example, I say my candidate number is 0461. It is most of the time the 4-digit number like this I have mentioned. You are supposed to write your candidate number, and mostly when you make your IR, you do not have that candidate number with you, and towards the end of the submissions, towards the end of your syllabus, when you apply for the subject, you register for the subject, then Cambridge University sends you the statement of entry, and then you can get your candidate number, and that can be mentioned over here. Then the subject, that is the 0457, that is for IGCSE, but if you are taking O levels, then your subject code will be 2069. Whatever the subject code you're using in your school, you are supposed to mention that one, and it is the component 2, that is the individual report of the global perspectives. So we make a text box over the report at the top, and then we start working on the report. Then for example, here we have the topic, and as I told you that this is the last year's topic, and currently we do not have this particular topic. As you know that there are 22 topics given in the Cambridge syllabus, and if we go through this document, that is the syllabus for IGCSE 0457 Global Perspectives, and the same syllabus is for the 2069, I mean O-Levels Global Perspectives. If we scroll down over here, there are the components, and then here you will find out those 22 topics here. So here is the topic list. You can see that the topic list: art and society, change in culture and communities, climate change, energy and resources, conflict and peace, development, trade and aid, digital world, education for all, employment, environment, pollution and conservation, globalization, health and well-being, law and criminality, law and media and communication, migration and urbanization, political power and action, poverty and inequality, social identity and inclusion, sports and recreation, technology, industry and innovation, transport, travel and tourism, values and beliefs, water, food and agriculture. So these are the 22 topics which you are supposed to focus on, and you are supposed to select one out of them to make really good research question on that topic, and then you are supposed to start your IR. And so this one is the one topic, as I told you, that this topic is not currently available in that list of 22 topics as it was of the previous syllabus last year. Anyways, I'm going to tell you the pattern. That is what it says. Does cryptocurrency mining negatively impact the environment? This was the research question. So keep in mind that whenever you design a research question, that question should be really very much debating, and question should be leading us to have some arguments on it. So debating question, argumentative, and really very important thing, that is the whole of the question should be having the global significance, right? Global significance. So this is how, if you have exactly the idea that how to design the question, the whole of your research will depending on this one. So you are supposed to keep in mind that the question should be debating, question should be argumentative, and some sort of debate might be originating from that one, and the question should have the global significance. Now, initially, I was unfamiliar with cryptocurrencies, and the student has started with a simple sentence with the cryptocurrency mining and digital currencies. So, however, I was surprised when I stumbled upon various articles suggesting that cryptocurrency mining could have detrimental effects on the environment. Intrigued, I delved deeper into the topic to understand the validity of these claims and to uncover the means through which cryptocurrency mining could potentially harm the environment. So this is how the student has started with a single, simple, small paragraph over here, and then he gave the definition that what is meant by cryptocurrency. Whenever you design a question, what you need to do in your introduction, you are supposed to find out that what are the keywords of your question. And as per this one, cryptocurrencies number 1, mining number 2, negatively impact number 3, and the environment number 4. So it means that in this particular question there are 4 keywords, and what you need to do in your introduction, you are supposed to explain the complex ones. I mean, if I talk about this particular question, cryptocurrency is the complex sort of term which is related to the environment, and we will find out that how cryptocurrency is in relation with the environment. So this is how first you are supposed to give the explanation of cryptocurrencies, that what is it, and then you are supposed to draw the impact, or you can say the relationship between the cryptocurrency and the environment. So over here the student has given the definition of cryptocurrency. As I told you that whatever the complex words are given, whichever the words over there in your question, you are supposed to explain them, elaborate them in your introduction. And here you can see that a reference is also given, that the definition the student has taken from any of the websites. So if I move on here, despite their advantages, you can have some criticism from experts and environmentalists. So now the student is drawing that relationship between the cryptocurrencies and the environment. So the environmental effects. So this is in this particular paragraph, the student has highlighted, or you can say explain the relationship between the cryptocurrency and the environment. So that is the negative relationship between these two, as they are the crucial ones, and having the concerns over that and increasing, and we have the negative impacts on the environment due to its increasing prevalence in the world. As the cryptocurrency mining is increasing, definitely there are more and more negative impacts coming onto the environment by this particular phenomenon, that is the cryptocurrencies. So now you are supposed to highlight one issue in relation with the question, the environmental impact caused by cryptocurrencies. So that is the issue highlighted. You are supposed to highlight one issue. Previously in the last years, till last year, we had two issues to highlight and to explain them. Then you are supposed to explain the causes and the consequences of cryptocurrencies usage on the environment. So over here the student has explained the causes first, and then he has given the heading of consequences over here. So you can see that here the consequences are explained of crypto mining, that is also known as crypto mining. So he explained these ones really in the better way. And then in the next heading, the student has given the global perspective over here, over the issue, that what the world thinks about. And you can see that here is the intergovernmental plan on climate change. So the reference is taken for this one, and reference is also from taken this one. But now in whole, keep in mind that whenever the student gives the global perspective on any of the issue, that perspective should be related to the whole of the world. That is what is meant by global perspective, right? So it means that whatever is explained, that should be related to the whole of the world rather than to a particular country or some smaller region. So here you can see another one, that is the European Union's perspective given over here, again towards the world's crypto mining. So it means that again the global perspective is explained over here, and the European Commission has urged on the same issue, and again another perspective is given which is related to the whole of the world. And in this way the global perspectives are explained over here in the under the heading of global perspectives. And keep in mind that those perspectives should be related to the whole of the world rather than to a particular country. And then national perspective, when we come to the national perspective, here the student has explained the perspective of Pakistan, right? And Dr. Aisha Ghaus Pasha, Pakistan's Minister of State for Finance and Revenue, her statement is given as over here regarding the cryptocurrency, and she was talking in the Senate Standing Committee on Finance. And FATF report was also discussed over here regarding the crypto mining in Pakistan and the effect of crypto mining on Pakistan's environment. As for the environmental impact of cryptocurrencies, Pakistan outright ban indirectly addresses this issue, as Pakistan has banned the cryptocurrencies in Pakistan. So it means that the crypto mining cannot be done over here, as they are a greater threat towards the CO2 emissions in the environment. So in whole of this one, you can see that the Pakistani perspective, national perspective of Pakistan is explained. And if we move on, possible course of action, after the research, we will find out that what are the solutions to the problem or the issue highlighted in this particular report. And in these coming paragraphs, the issue's solution is highlighted by the student with the reference of a couple of references from the global organizations. And in this way, so this is how the possible course of action is explained. And then here we have the evaluation of sources, whatever the sources the student has used over here in this particular IR, he has explained the that why he has used all those resources, and he has to defend them. So I realized that there is still logic and well reasoned and well structured argument and point of an article, whether it is peer reviewed on it. I have made sure to use a variety of websites in this report, ranging from official foreign governments and the personal blogs, to ensure a diverse, rich, and varied set of information. So it means that he has explained that why he has used certain references over here. And then he has also utilized certain reports. So he has given the reference of those reports over here, and then the conclusion and personal perspective. So do cryptocurrencies have a negative impact on the environment? Yes, my research has proved that they have many harmful effects on the environment, and in the variety of different ways. So when I initially started the research on the topic, I felt that cryptocurrencies was completely unrelated to the environment. I mean, the student was unaware related to the crypto mining, but after conducting the research on the topic, he was really very much surprised to find out that yes, these digital currencies, they have the greater impact on the environment by mining in that cryptocurrency. So in this way, whole of the perspective of the student changed after conducting this research. So that is what we call the reflection, that what was the perspective of the student before the start of the research, and what was his perspective after completing the research or the individual report. This is how we can say that is the most important phenomenon of the individual report. That is the reflection, that was what was the personal learning of the student out of that research. So therefore, for example, I believe that all governments should pay attention to this issue, as if it is left ignored, we will fail to meet the goals of the net zero emissions and will irreversibly damage our environment and ecosystem. So that is the conclusive sentence by the student. And here in the end, the student has given the total number of words of his individual report, that is 1997. As we all know that the individual report should be below 2000 words, and not even a single word after 2000 words will be marked. So keep in mind that, be precise and limit your IR before 2000 words. And here all the references in the form of the bibliography. Student has given really very comprehensive bibliography of the individual report he has crafted for Cambridge submissions. So this is how the references are given in the form of very APA style referencing, and the whole of the report. And this report is a sort of A-grader report. So you can say that this can be a really good one to attain A grade over here in this report. So if you people design the really very much debating and interesting question right at the top, you can have really good research on this one, and you can attain A grade as well. So very much hopeful that this was really very much informative for you all to design the individual report. So in the same way, if I go to another individual report, I'm going to open that report too. In Microsoft Edge, so that we can also have some editing over there. I can be able to annotate. So here the digital world is overall equipped to defend itself against cybercrime. So again, really very debating question it is, and the global one, because the report says this particular word given, this shows that this is the global question and it has the global significance. Again, cybercrime refers to starting with the definition of the one of the keyword, that is the cybercrime, the term, then defending itself from the world. It means that the relationship is drawn with the world and the cybercrime. So here the question is raised and tossed up, and the introduction is given. Then the key issue, as per the previous pattern. There were, as I told you, that we were supposed to draw 2 issues, but now in the latest syllabus of 2025, students are supposed to raise only 1 issue. So now the previous student, he had given the causes and consequences separately with separate headings, and then he drew the global perspective and national perspective over there. But you can also give the causes and consequences within the heading of the global perspective over here, as this student has done. So all the causes and consequences, they are explained within this this heading, I mean the global perspective, and he explained it in quite better way. And then student has explained the national perspective over here in the coming lines over here. And again after that, the student has given the possible course of action, that how to resolve those issues, as there were 2. But now if 1 issue is given in your syllabus, so you are supposed to give the solution to that single issue. So possible course of action, the solution to the issues, and then evaluation of the sources, that why the student has used certain references over here. I mean, how he has chosen the references for the sake of making this individual report. And then the reflection, that what was the personal learning of the student. And then the conclusion, I mean the personal perspective of the student given over here, and the total word count is given right in the end, that is 1790. And afterwards the student has given the bibliography of whole of this individual report. That is not part of the word count. Bibliography is given after the word count. So this is how this particular report is drafted. And now I have another one. So I have these 3 samples with me. They all are the A grader IRs. So again, topic family. Question: can substance abuse deteriorate family relations in today's modern world, and the impact of social stigmas? So again, you can see that it is the question which is having the global significance over here: deterioration, substance abuse, social stigma, all these, and family relations. All these are the key words of this IR. And here the student has given that SUD, substance abuse disorder. So in introduction, so again the student has given the relationship between the keywords of the report, of the question keywords, and then the research aim, that why the student was conducting that research. Then the global perspective is given, and causes and consequences are explained within that heading. And then the national perspective on it. Over here, the national perspective of Pakistan. You can see that the word Pakistan is mentioned at certain places. So the research conducted by certain Pakistani researchers. You can see that this is the research conducted by Habiba Ali in 2022 regarding the substance abuse. So this is the national perspective of Pakistan given in this particular portion. That is the national perspective. Then possible course of action, I mean the solution. So solution is given over here, and you can see that in this particular report we have seen that the student has given the reference of one figure as well, and I will show you this figure over there in the bibliography. And so the solution is given over here, the possible course of action, and then the conclusion. In conclusion, the student has given the reflection as well, and the personal perspective of the student over here, and reflection is also given. In source evaluation is the must, and here the 1921 word count is also given right in the end. And after that, this was the figure I was pointing out, that the student explained this whole of the figure over here, over there in the upper areas when he was explaining the national perspective. and after that the bibliography is given over here as the APA style of referencing. So this is how the structure of IR is, and whenever you make your IR, 2-3 very important factors you are supposed to keep in your mind. Number one, the topic selection should be really very much a good one of your choice. Mostly I recommend that students should take 2 topics in view, and then they are supposed to choose one, make research questions for both the topics, and whichever question becomes really very much good one, then they are supposed to take that one and discard the other one. So the question should be global, should be debatable, should be argumentative, and should be really very much unique one. And then they are supposed to conduct the research. In the next lesson, inshallah, I will tell you people that how to conduct research online regarding your individual reports. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe, comment, share.